In this video, I'm going to show you what to look for in a dropship supplier and also how to find dropshippers. And more specifically, I'm going to show you how you can find dropshippers for free, how you can find dropshippers using a paid database, and also what dropshipping databases that are paid that you want to avoid. So let's get started. So when you're looking for a good dropshipper, there's a few things you want to keep an eye out for. And the first of all is, what is their return policy? That's because if you have an unhappy customer that wants to return a product, you want to make sure that your dropshipper is going to handle that responsibility and they're going to do a good job, because you want to make sure your customers are satisfied. And if that dropshipper doesn't really have a clear return policy, it most likely means that in the case of one of your customers wanting to return something, they're going to do a poor job, they're going to make them wait a while, or they're not going to return the product at all. So it's very important that you look for a dropshipper with a clear return policy and make sure it's a good one too. The next thing you want to look for is high quality images and descriptions. And this will save you a ton of time because you really need those high quality images in order to sell your products on eBay. And if they don't provide high quality images, then you're going to have to buy the products yourself from the dropshipper and then take high quality images at your own home or place of business. And that's very time consuming, and in most cases, unless you have the right photography equipment, you won't be able to take as high quality photos as they could if they had professionals do it. And also you want to look for drop shipping suppliers that have product descriptions. And that'll just save you a lot of time, because then you don't have to write product descriptions for each of the products yourself. And another thing you want to look for is, how many products does that dropshipper sell? And more specifically, how many products do they dropship? Because a lot of suppliers may dropship only a certain number of products, and you want to make sure that that's enough for you. So there is no magic number here, but let's say, for example, you find a dropshipper and they have 3 products that they dropship. Then if you want to expand your business, you're going to have to start a relationship with new dropshipping suppliers, since that's a very limited number, as opposed to a dropshipper that may dropship over 100 products. Then there's a lot of room for you to expand. You also want to look for the profit margin. So you want to ask yourself that question: how much money am I really making here? And when you add up all the fees, unfortunately, in most cases, it's not that much when you dropship, but it's something that you want to ask yourself. Other things you want to look for is, what do they charge for shipping? A lot of times dropshippers will charge you a shipping cost that's more than the postage itself. And that's because they're taking on the hassle of shipping the product for you. And on top of that, many dropshippers add on a dropshipping fee. So you just want to make sure you know all the costs before you start to do business with a dropshipper. So now you're probably wondering, where do I find these dropshippers? Well, there's a few places you can go to. You can do a Google search, and that's a great free option if you have an idea of the type of product you want to sell. You can use wholesaleforum.com, and that's a place where you can just browse and find dropshippers. And that's good if you don't have an idea of any type of product you want to sell. And then Worldwide Brands is an option. And what Worldwide Brands is it's a database of a lot of different dropshipping suppliers. And it's not perfect. There are a lot of complaints about it. But when it comes to databases full of dropshippers, it is the best one that I know exists. And it's a one-time fee of around $300, so it is very pricey. But if you're really serious about dropshipping, that's an option for you to find the right suppliers. And lastly, you want to avoid middlemen such as Doba or Salehu. And what these middlemen do is they claim to make it extremely easy on you. So you sign up for their membership and you then have access to thousands of products from all these different whole dropshippers. And then then you can easily dropship any of those products yourself. And you don't have to contact a manufacturer directly. So it's in a very attractive offer. But the truth is, there is no money to be made, because with the middleman such as Doba or Salehu, you're going to be paying so much just to buy the product itself that you're not going to have a profit margin. And I've tried on Doba for half a year trying to make money on it. And although I sold like 2 or 3 products, it was a complete waste of time. And I really don't believe there's any money to be made. It's borderline scam, even though it is possible to make money. And I would just strongly urge you to stay away from any paid databases besides worldwidebrands.com. So now let's take a look at what this looks like. So I just opened up all those resources for you. So the first thing here's Doba's website. So this is just so you get a feel for what these things are. Sorry, what these middlemen are. So don't do Doba. Salehu's a really common one. They say you get access to over 8,000 suppliers and 1.6 million products. And it says at genuine wholesale prices, but that's really not true. You're not making enough money. And it's really just a waste of time. So I'm going to get rid of those two. And now let's get serious. So Google is great, like I said, if you have the idea of a type of product you want to sell. So one I've been thinking about is wrought iron. So you can type in wrought iron dropshipper. And this is a great example of one that comes up right on here. So you can click on that. And here they have a lot of information about how they dropship, what you need, and how you can get in contact with them, their catalog. And they have their dropshipping account application. And they also have their return policy right up here. So although it's not a great return policy, it's good to know up front what their policy is. So if you're interested in dropshipping wrought iron, this is one way to do it. And let's say that you didn't find a dropshipper right on the first one. Well, you can keep scrolling down and just looking through and seeing if you find a good dropshipper. Another option you can do is if you don't have an idea of the type of product you want to sell, you can go to wholesaleforum.com and click on the dropshipping section. And here is just a bunch of different dropshippers that you can use. So if any of these products seem interesting to you, you can simply open it up. And they usually give you a few options to choose from. That's strange. Oh, I see. In this one, they didn't have one. Here we go. So here's an example of another website that dropships. So you just want to play around with these links and see if you find anything that interests you. So although this is more time intensive, it is completely free. And like I said, just a great way if you don't know which type of product you want to sell. And one thing to keep in mind here is the flags show you where the dropshipper is located. So if you're in the US, you're going to want to find another dropshipper that's in the US, because then the shipping costs are going to be much lower and it's much easier to ship something within the same country that you live in. And as you can see, they have a few different countries here. So you just want to play around with that and keep an eye out for the flag. And then lastly, if you want to pay for a database, Worldwide Brands is the best way to go. And you can find them at worldwidebrands.com. They have a lot of free information that'll help you be successful dropshipping. So you may be wondering, what's the difference between Worldwide Brands and a middleman like Doba? And the difference is Worldwide Brands connects you to the dropshipping companies, but that's it. They don't do any more of the work for you. How Doba works is as soon as you're a member, you instantly have access to thousands of products, and you can simply place an order on Doba, and that product will be drop shipped to whoever you want. Worldwide Brands doesn't act like that. They'll give you the contact information for any drop shipping company that you're interested in, but you're going to have to contact that drop shipping company directly and create a relationship with them. So in a way, Worldwide Brands just helps facilitate connections with dropshipping suppliers, but you have to do the rest yourself. Now, $300 is a lot for this database, so I'd only recommend purchasing this if you're really serious about dropshipping. And like I mentioned in an earlier video, I would highly recommend against dropshipping, and I would wholesale instead. But if you're diehard into the idea of dropshipping, this would be the place to do it.